Hi, this is Matt with UX Love, and today we are going to review the Descanso Gardens website. And here I am down here in the corner. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started at the top here. Logo, Descanso Gardens, a member-supported garden. Yeah, pretty straightforward logo. I like it. I do like that they have a member-supported garden right up there next to it. So yeah, I mean, that says a lot about the organization. It's supported by the members. And yeah, I think somebody finding that for the first time, that has some meaning. So I think that's a good part of the experience, user experience for this website. You know, we'll go along the top. We've got an email icon, and we've got some social icons as well, along with the search. Yeah, I feel like the email icon is a little old school, and yeah, I would probably get rid of that one and leave the others. And yeah, if they don't have YouTube or Pinterest, I'd probably add those as well. The search bar is nicely designed. You type in here and hit go, and yeah, nothing to change there. Pretty straightforward. As far as their navigation goes, yeah, they've got a nice navigation. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buttons to choose from, and yeah, I like how they have the donate in orange, and yeah, it definitely catches your eye, and obviously that's an important part of this website. Since it is member supported, they are raising money to basically support this organization. And yeah, I do like the drop downs and how the color changes. So yeah, no changes there. And yeah, for the navigation buttons that don't have an arrow, there's no drop down, so that's pretty straightforward. And yeah, the only thing I might change on this is I would have the donate change to a different color when you're hovering over that. So maybe it changes to the green or white. Just something to know that you're over it other than the mouse changing. And yeah, next to the background image over here, along with the title here and description, read more. Yeah, I like it. I like the images. I was actually here just yesterday, so I was able to see some of these images. And yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I feel like they've done a good job with kind of having these images in the background with the little descriptions. Also, the text behind the text. This mission found in the description here in the read more. They've got a solid color, so sometimes you'll see these title and description that just overlays the image with no background, and a lot of times it makes it hard to read. So I think for the user here, yeah, it's easy to read. And this text could probably be a little bit bigger, but and then they've got to read more. Yeah, probably one thing I would do to change this, instead of having just the read more button clickable, I would just make this whole area clickable, or possibly even the whole image. Make it easy for the user to, instead of having to because people are going to be definitely highlighting over this to try to click through to it. So instead of just having to read more, let's make the whole area clickable, or even the whole image. So yeah, let's go ahead and move down the screen. We've got what I call campaign boxes here. So this is an area where they get to feature different aspects, different specials going on. So they've got 4 Oakland Wood in the gallery, Cherry Blossom Festival, and become a member. So yeah, I like these. Pretty straightforward. This image here in the gallery, yeah, it didn't kind of go with the site. It definitely caught my eye, and this looks kind of amateur, this graphic here. So I would probably yeah, I would work on having a different image here. We've got the nice nature shots, and then just boom, this image just it just doesn't fit in the site, and it does catch your eye, and stops the flow. Yeah, all the other images are nice, and yeah, this over here, become a member. We've got nature shots here, and then we've got a nature shot here, but then we have a title and then a small member over here. So I probably would have just kept kept the format the same. So we've got image here, and I would do another nature shot here. I mean, we've got become a member underneath, and then we can read more. They don't need to have it up here as well. So so yeah, it's good to keep things consistent. So I would just do nature shot all the way across. If the gallery isn't featuring nature shots, then yeah, something a little more enticing than this image here. So Down to the footer, we've got a text navigation, which is pretty straightforward. On hover, we get the underline underneath. Yeah, nothing fancy there, but it does work. And we've got the address as well. So I would probably add to that maybe a click here or map link just after the address. So if somebody is looking for the address, they have the address here, but why not just help them out an extra step by giving them a link to either Google Maps or maybe a map on this website. So and then we've got the social icons as well. Again, so that makes sense. Again, I would get rid of the email. So yeah, let's go ahead and we've got some extra time today. Let's go ahead and look at some of the subpages. So we'll just go through a couple of them. And yeah, so let's go to the hours, admissions, and directions page. I'm sure this is a popular one. And yeah, it's the first one here as well. So I mean, that's generally people, we'll put things in a hierarchy of most important. So visit is probably one of the more important items here. Obviously, donate is very important to them as well, but that off to the side. So visit, and we've got hours. That's probably one of the most visited pages on the website. I'm guessing so. And yeah, they've got a submenu here which works. We've got the blue or purple background. Yeah, it makes the text easy to read. I might add a dash in front of these links, or even have a bullet points, just so it's as far as when you're browsing down the site, you'd be able to the bullet points or dash kind of help these stand out a little bit more. But yeah, we've got a title of the page, pretty straightforward there, and then we go into hours, directions, and all the content. I'd probably make these titles a little bit tall, a little bit larger. But yeah, I also like how they've carried on a background image behind the content here as well. So I'm sure as we go throughout the site, we'll probably have images, different images on different subpages. So. And yeah, here's the locations information. Yeah, it would be easy to turn this into a Google map that you could click and drag and that interacts with you. So I would probably get rid of this map here and put a Google map in. But yeah, I do like that they have straight out directions as well. Sometimes people just want this information instead of trying to navigate through Google Maps or pop it in their iPhone. I mean, this is super simple. I could write that down in a few seconds, or even email this or text this to myself. So I have that when I'm driving. And yeah, let's go down the page. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Again, this site might be a few years old. The text is small, so I'd probably do text update throughout the site, just make things a little bit larger. And yeah, we've got the footer, which is obviously going to be consistent throughout the site. So yeah, it makes sense. Let's go ahead and view a couple more pages. So I'm going to go to Explore. Let's see what the Gardens page looks like. So yeah, we've got a different image in the background. We've got the same subpage, subpage menu, and yeah, we've got an image here. This isn't the best image. I would probably swap this out with something a little nicer. And this title is actually larger. So on the previous page, we saw a smaller title. So yeah, I would. It's important to have things consistent throughout. But yeah, and here is another title as well. We've got some fonts changing, so you can see this Rose Garden is definitely a different font than this Oak Woodland. So it's important to have your fonts match up. And but yeah, I like how they've put a little line here to space out content. So we've got Rose Garden image and then a little text description. Yeah, the line definitely helps break up the content, so a user can easily scroll through this and kind of pick out the different areas that they see. And yeah, lots of information here, but yeah, it's a good site, good page. Let's go to one last page here. Let's see what the donate page looks like. Obviously, that's an important one. So yeah, we've got become a member, we've got give a gift shop membership, donate, we've got a title here, and you'll see, look, this title is in a different color, so we've definitely got some consistency issues that we need to, or they would need to clean up. And donate amount, on behalf of, in memory of, dedication to, and then add to cart. So let's go ahead and add that and see what happens. Dedication to myself. And add to cart. So yeah. This looks like a pretty straightforward e-commerce solution. So we go to checkout. I like that they're not taking us to another website. Some sites will have you, when you pop in an amount or go to checkout, they'll have you go to another website to finish the transaction. So I advise all people to typically keep people on your website, unless you, for some reason, you can't. But it's it's a tough experience when you need to send people to other websites. There's just confusion in there. We've got our checkout. We've got a lot of information to fill out. Shipping information is probably not something we would need. It's probably something that came with the standard shopping cart. So I would get in here and I would take this out because we're just donating money. Or maybe just change this to billing address. We've got a summary here, a note about the order, and then payment, and then we've got proceed to pay down here at the bottom. And all pretty straightforward. I'd probably make the proceed to pay button a little bit bigger and possibly a different color just so it stands out a little more. That's a wrap. I do like the site. I think overall, some font changes and some consistency with the fonts need to be changed. But other than that, I really like the site. And I look forward to becoming a member myself. And maybe I'll get involved with offer some member-supported web design advice. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.